Hey guys, how's it going? It is Dread Scoper here, and basically what I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of advice on how I got out of gold and into platinum. Just a couple tips because I was in gold for a very long time. Basically up until this point from the season I've been in gold. I've been basically just hovering around 2,300 to 2,400, and I just stayed there in that area, and I played many games, and my rating would go down, and then it would go back up, and then it would go back down, and it kept, going up and down. Basically normal, which is, that's decent. Um, but then I joined the team, and we played really well, and I ended up getting the platinum, and I think I learned a lot when I played with that team, because when we were winning, I started understanding what the team was doing right, what the team was doing wrong. When we lost one time. I think we won like 5 straight or something, and we did really well. And I just want to show you guys some of the things that I kind of realized when we were playing, what was helping, what wasn't helping. So the first thing that you got to do, our team comp was pretty good every single time. It was somewhat like what the meta would be. So we'd have, 2 healers, 2 tanks, and 2 DPS. On offense, we would have something like a Soldier 76 and a McCree Soldier 76 or maybe a Farah. And those were basically the DPS that we used most of the time. And it worked out really well. It's pretty easy to do damage with them, and very, very nice. I think the tanks, we had a Reinhardt and a D.Va for the most part. I think we had a Zarya at some parts too, but mainly the Reinhardt really played well. So that was that. And then the healers were, I believe, Ana, and then I believe Mercy, I think, were the healers. I think some people played Zenyatta, but for the most part, Ana was the healer and Mercy. On defense, I played Mei a lot, and I had a lot of good walls where I'd block off the rest of the team, and I'd be able to, get the Mercy and basically just, freeze a whole bunch of people. There were games I was freezing like 30 to 40 people throughout the entire match sometimes, and you could see some of the frustration on the other team because they just couldn't. I'd always freeze their D.Va, and her shield would go down, and she'd die instantly because the rest of our team would focus her, and just other things like that. So make sure you need at least a decent comp. You don't need the meta-breaking, game-changing thing. You just need to be able to pick, preferably 2 tanks, preferably 2 healers, preferably 2 DPS. But if you can't do that, maybe you need an extra DPS, and you take out a tank. That's okay too, as long as you play your class well. At this rank, the meta doesn't really come into effect too much. Most people aren't very skilled at their, hero, so they don't really, I guess, they can't counter things as well, and they don't take advantage of some things as well. So, picking the correct meta players really isn't that important. But one of the things that I put down was you really need to pick someone that you play well with, and I'll show you basically that in a moment. Now this was basically, I play Mei a lot. So let me go back here. One of the things you can do, and I love this about this game, is it shows you your stats. You can go to statistics, you go to current competitive season, and then you can look at all this stuff. You can look at all the things, and one of the coolest things is you can sort it by hero. Now this is one of my favorite parts about this game, is I can go down to Mei, and I can see, alright, let's see, I've played 35 games, I've only lost 9. I've won 24 games with Mei and lost 9. That's a win percentage of 70, that's insane. Now this is at the gold level, or mainly at the gold level. So again, I don't know what that means really, but basically that's insane. I think at the gold level, if you're winning 70% of your games, that's almost 3/4 of your games. Look at these stats, and I didn't even realize this. I realized this before I was playing with the team, and I just I was like, we're on defense. There's a 70, I win 75% of the time I'm with Mei. I'm just going to switch to Mei. I'm just going to go to Mei. I insta-pick her. And then I look to see what everyone else is doing. If, maybe we need a healer, maybe I'll switch to Mercy or something else. And that's the only game I've seen, or the only stats I've seen. But when I saw it, I thought it was really cool. I've won 24 games with Mei and only lost 9. So it was very interesting. Check this stuff out. See, okay, well, let's see. I play a lot of, let's see. Who else would you play? I play a lot of, go to current competitive season, say, okay, I play a lot of Soldier 76. Is that working out for me? You go to Soldier 76, see somewhere at the bottom. We see, okay, well, I only have won 15 games and I've lost 19, so maybe I'm not the best Soldier 76. And the thing is probably somebody else on the team is going to play Soldier 76, so maybe I don't play him. Maybe I just say, hey, I'll let someone else play him because everyone really wants to play him. He's really good. Maybe I'll pick somebody else. So understanding who you're really good with, who you win with a lot, and who you play well with is pretty important. Because if you're just going to pick random people the entire time, you're not going to get to Platinum. Unless you're just amazing with everybody else. But I think you should understand the statistics of how often you win with each person. Now let's see. Really, when you're going to have to play a lot of games to get out of Gold and into Platinum. One of the things that I would suggest is basically stay with the team. If you do really well with the team, stay with them. Get on your mic and say, listen, guys, we won that game. We destroyed them. Let's stay as a team, and let's keep doing this. Because that's when you get, on these 5-game win streaks, when you start just destroying people, and you just wreck. And it's insane when you do this because your rating just goes straight up. I think when I started today, I was like at 2,350, and my rating shot up because we won like 5 or 6 in a row, or whatever the number was. So basically, stay as a team. If your team dominates, do it. Just stay as a team. It's such a nice tool. Thank you, Overwatch, for putting that in the game. It's awesome. Now let's stay on the topic of having a mic. Now, having a mic isn't necessary at the gold level. It's really not. But being able to communicate with your teammates really quickly is really important. For an example, if there's a Reaper behind you, he's flanking you, and you'd be like, hey, you're Mercy, so you're behind everybody, and you're healing everybody up, and you get hit once or twice. If you have a mic, you say, hey guys, there's a Reaper behind us, and then someone just goes back there, whoever can, maybe Mei can quickly freeze him, or whatever the case is. Soldier 76 turns around and shoots him straight in the face. Something like that, where they can quickly, you can quickly tell your teammates, hey guys, this is the problem, let's fix it immediately. And when you have good communication, that's extremely key at this level, and that can make a good team, like, amazing. So, being able to have a mic isn't necessary, but at the same time, being able to communicate with people makes your team, it's like bonus points. It just makes it, like, so much better. Alright? Now I guess I'm just kind of going through this. Listen to your team and be cooperative, which was the other thing I put. Basically, I'm going to get off this because I don't want you guys to look at my ugly Soldier 76. Another thing is I've played 7 hours of him. Maybe I don't play him again because I obviously do not do above. I don't do well with him. So, what am I doing here? Let's go to Mei because I know I did well with Mei. So you guys can stare at these stats. Alright, so basically, listen to your team and be cooperative. I know that a lot of people will insta-pick someone. For an example, I might insta-pick Mei. And I obviously do well with Mei. I think I do pretty good. But maybe we already have a really good Junkrat and maybe a really good name something. So we already have 2 good defensive heroes, let's say. We already have 2 good defensive heroes and maybe 2 tanks. So we don't need a Mei. Maybe, and someone says, hey, listen, Mei, can you switch to, a healer? And I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll switch. It's that simple, guys. If you want to win games, you need to cooperate with your team. Your rating is simply based off whether you win or you lose. It's not, oh, well, I was bashed and I did 100,000 damage this game, therefore I'm going to get, my rating's going to go up. It's like, no. If you win, your rating goes up. If you lose, your rating goes down. That's how it works. So in order to do that, you should cooperate with your teammates. Tell them, okay, I'll switch to someone else, or say, hey, listen, I'm not too comfortable playing a healer. Maybe I can switch to a tank, and the tank can just communicating with their team, be like, listen, I can do this, but I can't do this. And maybe you guys can work something out, and then everyone's happy in the end. Maybe you guys go on to win the game, and then everyone feels good. You stay as a team. You run through everybody else because you guys are cooperating. And that's what it was like for me. We were defending, and the other team had a Pharah, and my team was like, hey, listen, we need a Soldier 76. And I was like, all right, I'll switch. I switched to Soldier 76. They beat us the first game because I didn't switch, and then the next 3 games we won. And it was really cool, and everyone was like, yeah, thank you for switching because that really helped us. And that's, I mean, cool. That felt really good that they recognized that. So make sure you cooperate with the team, even if you don't necessarily think Soldier 76 might work. Maybe just play him once, get out there, try shooting down the Pharah, and say, hey, maybe we also need a McCree or something else, and just keep suggesting things and cooperate and be respectful to everybody else. Because the moment you start getting salty and you're getting mad and all this other stuff, you're just not going to do well. And you start blaming everybody else, and then there's that one guy that's like, well, I'm just going to play Symmetra and teleport you all back to the starting area. So be cooperative, be good to everybody else, because at the end of the day, it's literally just a game, and you can always get your rating back up anyways. So cooperate with your team, work with them. It's going to suck at some points, but if that means your team gets the win, that's what you're all there for. Alright, so what else? The next thing, I guess, would be recognizing who to switch to. So there's a lot of times where, you're just not doing well. You don't know why you're not doing well, but you're not doing well. What I would say there, basically, is start switching to just other people. This is hard to explain because it's so situational. You need to recognize who to switch to in certain moments. Let's say if there is a Pharah up there, I need to recognize there's a Pharah, and then I should probably go play Soldier 76. That's something you need to recognize on your own, and if you don't recognize it, and let's say if there's no communication and no one to tell you that, your team's going to end up losing because you can't get to the Pharah. I mean, there's only a couple people that can really kill Pharah, and yeah, that's basically that. So basically, what you should start doing is understanding that every person, every hero has whatchamacallit. What's the right word? It's like they all suck at something. They all have a way to die. They all have a way to die, basically. They all have a weakness. And you need to find that weakness. You need to find their Achilles heel. And if you're not doing well, then you need to switch to someone. And I'm sure there's some other video on YouTube that will show you basically, alright, these are all this is all of Soldier 76's weaknesses and all of his strengths. And maybe just, have a Google page up saying, okay, who can beat Pharah? And it'll give you McCree, Soldier 76, and someone else maybe. So understand who to switch to in certain times. Yeah, that's basically that. And one of the other things is be able to play every role. Now I understand that that's kind of like somewhat hard to do, but what you should be able to do is, I would say, play 2 heroes from every role. So 2 offensive heroes, 2 defensive heroes, 2 tanks, and 2 healers. The reason that's going to be good is because if you can just get 2 of each town, then you're always going to be viable. That's only 8 heroes out of the, what is this, 26, 20-something, I don't know. I'm not going to do math right now. But basically, if you can play 2 defensive heroes, let's say if you just say, hey, I'm going to play Mei, and I'm going to play Hanzo, or Junkrat. I play Mei and Junkrat. Really. And they're 2 little bit, they're 2 different kinds of players, especially on defense. They're 2 different. So, be able to pick 2 people. So let's say if someone else picks Mei, and we're defending, I can be like, alright, well, I'll play Junkrat then. And then maybe someone picks Mei and Junkrat. Okay, well then we don't need another defensive hero. We only need 2 defensive heroes. Maybe I pick Soldier 76. It's like, all right, well, someone has already picked Soldier 76. It's like, okay, well, then you just keep going down the list. And then I'm like, all right, well, I can play Mercy pretty well, so I'll play Mercy. Mercy. Fair enough? And then, maybe someone else picks Mercy, and then you pick Lucio because I can play Lucio well. So make sure that you have a wide range of heroes that you can pick from, because there's going to be that guy that always insta-picks Mei, always insta-picks your person, always insta-picks Soldier 76. If I need to play a tank, I can play Roadhog or Reinhardt. I can decently play Diva. Pretty simple stuff. Reinhardt's the easiest one to do. So even if you don't, let's say if you need to master a tank or something, just pick the easiest one. Just pick Reinhardt and just, put up the shield and then walk forward and, basically just do simple stuff. You don't need to, win the game as a tank. You need to do simple stuff. So, anyways, that's my advice. I understand a lot of people are like, oh, well, this is, it's impossible to get out of gold. It's not impossible. It's just really hard, and you need to play a lot so you can get on a really good team. Or you just need to get on a really good team, and some people, you won't get on a good team for the beginning, but you'll get on a good team at the end, eventually. So basically, I just wanted to give you guys some tips on how I basically got out of gold. I'm probably gonna get back in gold because I I don't know who I'm gonna queue up with next. So, but hopefully this helped you guys. Just make sure you group up with people and then listen to them, because if you're grouping up with people that you like play with and they did well and you did well together and you guys just keep going for it, eventually your rating is going to go up, and it does help. So stay as a group. That's the main thing. And just communicate with each other and listen, be open-minded. It's simple stuff. You don't really have to do too many like crazy things to get out of gold. You don't have to match your ultimates together to get the most ridiculous combos. You really just have to communicate with each other and be able to switch to simple people. So, anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want to play Overwatch with me at any point, just add me, or let me know, or comment in my videos, or do whatever, really. Just let me know. I'm always down to play. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you.
Must feast, must